Hi everyone, I'm Bagadon at Stock Market Caddy, and today is Monday, November 16th at about 10:30. And over the weekend, I had a person call me and ask me, "Hey Bagger, I've seen a lot of your videos on the swing machine, and the swing machine seems to be trading the futures markets on a 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute basis. Do you ever trade futures on a different interval? And can swing machine trade on different interval?" And at the same time, they also asked, can it trade stocks? Or could I use it to trade options? And the answer is yes, yes, and yes. And as an example, let me just show you something. This is the daily view of the ES, the ES being the S&P futures, the NASDAQ, the Russell, the VIX, and the Dow. 8 days ago, 8 days ago, the ES went long. At what price? 3504.75. That's pretty cool. On the 5th, if you had purchased that futures contract, you would be up $5,512. The NQ, 9 days ago, 4,700. The Russell, how about that Russell? Just one of the Russell contracts, which uses the least amount of margin of all the indices, produces 12,000 bucks in just 32 days. Now the VIX component is short. Now we don't generally like to short the VIX. We will use it as a marker. Usually you like to see a red VIX trending down will generate buy signals in the in swing machine for the other markets. We will buy the VIX, but 9 days ago, had you shorted it, you'd be up 38.70. And the YM, 7 days ago, if you had gone long the Dow in a futures contract, you'd be up almost 8 grand. So you do the math there. Now these other intervals, this is a 240. If you want to trade in a smaller bite and reduce a little bit of risk, you can do that. By the way, these numbers here, you see how 8 days, right? And then this is 53. This is 53 240 segments, 20 240 segments. But what is really interesting is we have a lot of traders that or members that utilize the 60-minute view. So here's the 60-minute. Just 30 hours ago, swing machine went long. You'd be up 2,500 bucks. 37 hours ago on the NQ, you'd be up 3,200. 29 hours ago, you'd be up 2,500. And on the YM, with the VIX, same, 820. And the YM or the Dow, 29 hours ago, you'd be up 2,600. You can kind of do the math there, 2,500, 6 grand, almost 10,000 bucks, thereabouts. Now that's not all. Let's slide this over, and this is what our members can do on their own computer, our annual members. And here they get all of the trend information here. Let me show you something. Okay, I just had to open up another workspace. That particular chart, we had it a little abbreviated, but here is the S&P, here's the ES, the NQ, RT. This is on a daily. Let me just show you. We'll slide this over so that you know there's no sleight of hand. That's on a daily. And what we want to see is this is the center of the fairway. This is where everyone's looking for the range, right? Well, the range changes. The range is something dynamic. So the S&P, the center of the fairway marker, is 3577. We get below 3577, we're headed down. We stay above it, we're probably going to continue up. But the S&P is currently trading at 3616, and we are in the second cut of rough. We're up here pretty darn high. That's what it's telling us. And the ES is currently trading at 3616. We're above the first cut. The second cut high, which is resistance, is 3635. 3635. Now out of bounds would be 3678. So Swing Machine gives our members a tremendous amount of information on whatever interval you want to look at. And so it'll give its decision making software. It'll tell you when it wants to go long, at what price, at what time, on what day, and it will monitor that trade. Now, whether or not you take it or not is entirely up to you. You're entitled to look at whatever chart, whatever skills you have, but you can measure your performance against Swing Machine. And it will also tell you if you go into a dip or if it goes short, and it will just reverse itself. It'll give you detailed trend information, and it will give you detailed dynamic range information, all critically important to trade anything, futures, stocks, and then just translate, what you want to do and execute your option trades. I'm Bagadon at StockMarketCaddy.com. If you want to learn how to use these tools, and it is a little bit different, so we're not glued to a chart and our hand is not form-fitted to a mouse. We're not trading fools. We're not trading like crazy. But if you want to learn how to use these tools and you want to learn how we approach the markets as an interim step before becoming an annual member, we have what we call the Q School. It's a 4-week program. It's $1,500 for 4 weeks. You get to watch the Swing Machine trade live. Now, we encourage you to trade in sim, but you get to watch it. You also get to watch more than 25 hours of self-paced instruction on using Swing Machine, on using what we call the driving range, using point and figure charts, line break charts, Renko charts, case charts, range bar charts. Did I say point and figure? I think I did say point and figure. And yes, even time charts. And we will share with you where to use some of the more traditional indicators and how to use them. Bollinger Bands are probably the most used indicator and probably the least understood and the most misused indicator. We will share our experiences with some of those indicators. But please understand, Swing Machine, what you're looking at now, does not use any of those traditional indicators. Swing Machine we developed not 1 year ago, not 5 years ago, now more than 15 years ago. And it is a proprietary math formula that is assembling the price action in a format that is consistent, objective, and is delivered to us in English so that we can take action. And it's consistent. It's the same day after day, week after week, whether we're moving up or whether we're moving down. So if you want to stay paralyzed with where you think, the S&P is going, if you want to say, hey, I called it going to 3,600, great, you were right. I hope you profited. If you know where it's going tomorrow, if you know where it's going to be 3 months from now or 3 years from now, have at it. And if you stumble along the way or get lost in the woods, feel free to give us a call because we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to be doing the same thing we've been doing yesterday, last week, last month, last year, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. We're running our own trading business. You might think about it as running our own hedge fund, and we're generating cash flow to accumulate these things called dollars to go do other stuff with it. I'm Bagadon at StockMarketCaddy.com, and you're welcome to give me a call anytime at 813-758-8263. We are not a broker. I'm not a financial advisor. We don't give specific recommendations to buy or sell anything. We are about teaching folks how we trade the markets. To that extent, we're a bit of a private club, a mentoring club. Hope to talk with you soon. Thanks.